Like I felt like, going through with my past and my upbringing and having these deficiencies, it felt like I found a home. I found people that really love me and appreciate me, and it made me want to do more. Right. So I was so into the community and, doing things, and it was like, okay, this is my family. Like they really rocking with me. Right. And then, you move forward after that, that 64 win season, we coming back into the season. I get the team to come in early. We said, okay, well, we lost in the conference finals. Wasn't really together. We had me and Ron had some issue, whatever it was. The game that Reggie got blocked, remember back then, it used to be like a 2 or 3 day span when you had to switch, from one home to the next. We hadn't seen Ron since that game. When we saw Ron, it was at shoot-around in the conference finals, right? And so it was one of those things where I didn't know how to handle what I need to handle, and then he didn't know how to handle it because he was fighting his own demons, right? And so obviously we going to lose that game. We talk, we get Jack, and we felt like Jack was the piece that will get us over the top. We was like, look, we about to run through the league. This is what we gonna do. And at the time, we go to Detroit. We felt like we need to set the tone.
Yeah,
right?
Tone. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't. And, obviously they didn't like us. We didn't like them. I got some homies on the team.
Yeah.
Right, we good. We beyond the court. But when we on the court, Cheat, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Rip, I don't like you. We've been boys since.
It's a build up to this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, man.
It was a real. But people don't realize too, man. Crazy enough, they used to call the hotels. They'd be outside the hotel. It was one of those rivalries.
Yeah.
They
calling the phone, prank calling.
It's calling, bro. And so obviously, we get to the joint and we take care of business, and then the fight happened.
Yeah, man, you gotta enlighten me on that, man, because I ain't gonna let my whole time playing, bro. Fans ain't really never got disrespectful for me like that, but it had to have been something that transpired leading up to that. You get what I'm saying? You take us through that day, man.
So we knew it was a national televised game, so we were locked in. We were engaged. We said, look, we about to go put some hands on these boys, and we did. We understood. I think it is a balance, man. I think having going into Detroit was amazing for a couple of reasons. One, the intensity and the hate was real, so it motivated you.
Yeah, get you cracking.
You could feel it, bro. You feel your hair standing up. Like you. then they had this announcer. I don't know if you remember. What's the black dude name? Like.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Bruh, when the pregame, when he's doing the starting lineup, bruh, like you about to blow a vessel. Like, oh, okay, them niggas on this tonight, huh? And so the game start, we get rocking. Obviously we win. People don't realize that the ref that was fixing games,
Doherty at that.
Did that game.
Donahue. Yeah.
He did that game. So when you look at this process, bro, like when Ben gets into it with Ron, it's like almost like a 5 minute time lapse. Think about this. Like you in the game, something happened, they break it up, whatever. These refs step back. So, Ben had all these bands. He just started throwing them. He started taking them out, throwing them. Right, so the first one go, boom. Second one go, boom. Third, now the crowd like, oh yeah. Let me get into it. So they getting hyped. And then, so Ron actually does his job. He goes and lay down on the actual scoreboard, and Ben still throws the last band. That's when the cup came.
Right.
And so we all thought that Ben ignited it. That's just how we felt. Ben thought that he was going to be suspended. Right. And so one of those things where it was unfortunate because it was on national television. Right. You had the refs that didn't even separate the teams, bro. The teams are trying to separate each other. Right. Which is crazy to think, bro, that a 5 minute lapse, real time, Right, you got players going yelling back and forth, coming down, and all this other. That never happens, bro. You know they clean that up so quick,
so
bro.
fast.
Yeah, so fast.
So it was like, and you see the refs standing over there, and they're not really, not really trying to, engage. And so the thing that really, once everything really transpired, bro, like it was. So can you imagine? And can you imagine being in an arena, and you got on a jersey, and it ain't a soul in the arena to protect you?
You live on island. You live on the island,
right?
Man.
So think about what you gonna do, right?
Hell yeah.
You see some cats run on the court. What you gonna do?
Back against the wall.
You in the Terra Dome in Detroit, where they don't like us, we don't like them. We had some issues. They had some issues with our fans in Indy, so it was like one of those relationships. And I'm like, bro, like they said, I'm just kind of standing and I'm looking like, what in the hell is niggas jumping across? Niggas jumping across like seats, rocking separating the seats. They got the little dustpans running around. See, let me say this. I respect the position the NBA was in. I do. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. They're not about to mess that up.
Understandable.
I was disappointed. Like everybody want due process. Like everybody want an opportunity to show, okay, this is right. This is what happened. So they reacting at the time, the late great David Stern, obviously is a different type of commissioner than Adam Silver, right? It was like he ran it with iron fist. So he wasn't trying to hear nothing.
Yeah,
right?
I hear a lot of stories about Stern.
He wasn't playing at all.
He wasn't trying to hear nothing, right? And so it's one of those things, bro, where I was like, I was hurt because Ron did what he did because however he decided. Jack was in support, right?
Loyal.
People don't even realize, bro, and I have this thumb drop this big with everything. That's how the Netflix doc got done. So I'm there and I'm watching, I'm stunned. And I'm looking around like, is Mo really trying to get down here? Yeah, it took me a second to digest it. Next thing you know, everybody's on the court. And I'm looking around, there ain't no security. Next thing you know, you got a dude jump around my neck. See, nobody never, ever saw this.
Right.
And it's the film was available. Guy jumped around my neck. I had a security guard that toted with me everywhere. He into it with a fan. I'm at that point now, I'm out of shock. Now I'm in retaliation, right? Boom, slam the dude on the table. And I look to the left because again, my security guy's to the left. And I look to the left and I see Anthony Johnson down there. See, people think I just ran in and was just hitting people. That wasn't the case.
No.
So I saw him, he's on the ground. The little guy's on top of him and there's people standing around him. I see Anthony Johnson trying to get up and I run over there and I slip.
I saw the slip.
I remember the slip.
Yeah, I saw the slip.
But I hit him because now he's trying to bring harm to my homeboy, my teammate. Here's the thing that really bugged me out. See, I went to federal court. See, people thought I was suspended and came back. Just so I did all my suspension. I went to federal court and won. I went to federal court in New York City. We went through appeals process. We went to and won. And the judge said I had every right
to get that man off your back.
To do what I did.
Yeah.
Every right.
Media ain't gonna talk about that.
Nobody said nothing, right? And that was fine. I understood the timing wasn't right.
It's conference final basketball. Y'all already know we working with Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app. Prize Picks is here for you to make picks all playoff long, whether it's points, rebounds, or assists. It's simple. Either pick more or less to give yourself a shot to win up to 2,000 times your money. And y'all already know, it's a skill-based game. It's on you. So head over to Prize Picks. Use promo code MUD. You'll get $50 instantly after you play with the first $5 lineup. Prize Picks got you guys with Flex Play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You don't want to miss out on a chance to cash out with the conference finals and the finals on the way. You guys already know what to do. Go to Prize Picks, download the app, and use the promo code MUD. And get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code MUD to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, running your game.